Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and with me is my co-host, Nick Millet. And so we're wrapping up with our Shark Month with a film this one shark movie that I remember from being released during my childhood, and like a movie that I was fascinated with as a kid, but even despite its silliness, and it is Deep Blue Sea. And 1999 feels like I was just saying this on my video game live stream that 1999 just feels like a completely different era compared to today.
Yeah, certainly an era I wish that didn't have to go so fast as it did.
Yep, it was. And back then I was just focusing on all sorts of things in the entertainment world. Like even like with SpongeBob and collecting Pokemon toys from Burger King.
What's up, Leon?
Hey, Leon. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, Nikki?
Hey, Nikki. Yeah, thank you for so much for tuning in. And so, yeah, Nick, you haven't seen this movie until recently, right?
You showed it to me.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, here. This is not being shown on my Facebook. Here. Can I add, is there any way I can add this to like
Wait, what are you trying to do?
you know how when you add like this this live show onto Facebook and all, it's not on my channel, on my my page, Facebook page.
It might take a minute or two. I mean, don't forget, that's not your control, Don. It's just Facebook, of course, sometimes it's just being stupid. So you might not be able to do too much about it. It might show up at a later time.
Okay, now it's showing. Okay, never mind.
I was gonna say it doesn't matter if they do. Don't forget, Don, if people watch from your personal profile, and we've seen this before, they might also come just as Facebook users. So I would usually tell people just come on to the Things Network Facebook page. That way we can see everybody.
Right. So anyway, this movie was released in July of 1999, and this was directed by I believe he's Finnish. Let's see, what was his name? Renny Harlin, and he's done quite a bit of decent work. He's directed Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which we have covered previously on the podcast. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy.
What's going on, Jeremy?
Yeah. Oh, Nikki, don't even start. Don't even start. Don't even.
Oh, take care, Mort. Have a good night.
Oh, have a good night, Mort. Yeah. So anyway, Renny Harlin, he directed that. He directed, let's see, Cliffhanger, Die Hard 2. So he mainly focused on action movies. And let's see, he also directed Cutthroat Island, which if you've never heard of Cutthroat Island, Nick, it's one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. And it's because, I mean, you know what a box office bomb is, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this movie had a budget of 100. Cutthroat Island. It had a budget of 100 million about, and it only made 10 million in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
boy.
Billy. Hey, Billy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah. So, but this movie, however, did very well in theaters. It had a budget of about 60 million, and it made close to 165 million worldwide.
Wow. Sarah was asking what was the premise of Cutthroat Island.
Oh, like Cutthroat Island, I didn't do too much research. I didn't actually see that movie, so I don't know that like all that well. But I do know it was a box office bomb, and it starred Geena Davis, who, fun fact, was actually married to Renny Harlin at one point. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet because I heard it wasn't that great, but maybe I'll see it one day.
Don, very quickly, just so you know, there are going to be times I'm going to be kind of listening in a little bit closer because I haven't made this public, but I actually have kind of a little bit of an ear infection in my right ear. So it's you've heard of swimmer's ear before, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm dealing with right now. It's only occurring fortunately on the right ear. The left one is I can hear perfectly, but just the right ear, it's been like this now for like a day or two. It's before it was a lot more painful. Even actually this morning, it was kind of like plugged up. I could barely hear much, but I'm starting to hear. Been taking a type of antibiotic for it, so it's starting to improve. But I am starting to. I'm still having some issues hearing.
I see. Oh,
I'm gonna be
I see.
listening.
Well,
I'm gonna listen as hard as I can.
okay. All right then. Oh, Billy. Well, I hope that gets better, Nick.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
so too. Because I'll tell you right now, it's right now. I mean, it's not painful. It's just more annoying than anything.
I hear you. Oh, here. Despite it being a box office bomb, do you consider it a good? Well, that's the thing. I haven't seen it yet, Billy, but I'm interested in seeing it soon. I mean, I'm not going to judge a movie based on like how based on how much money it made, or like I judge a film based on the quality, the entertainment value, and because we have covered a couple of box office bombs on here. We've covered The Blob, the remake, which I thoroughly enjoy, and it didn't do that well in theaters, but it doesn't mean it's a terrible movie. And same goes for what was it, the Night of the Living Dead 1990 remake. I consider that an amazing zombie film, but it didn't
Yeah.
do well in theaters. So
Sarah, I already tried doing that. That doesn't work.
no.
Hang upside down. That definitely doesn't. That's no different than like even if you're sleeping, because like if you have like your ear down, thinking that fluid would fall out, it doesn't. Even if there really isn't any fluid, it's just more puffiness more than anything.
Yeah. So yeah. So Nick, what'd you think about this movie when I showed it to you?
Well, even though a lot of it is just basically CGI sharks, which I originally thought, because I always seen the cover, I always kept thinking they were gray white sharks. I didn't realize that it was mako sharks instead.
Mm-hmm.
In spite of the CGI, which by today's standards would probably look relatively terrible, at the very least, though, it definitely did have a very good plot line. They definitely came up with some new ideas of like how to, in this case, how to make sharks more what's antagonistic, if you will.
Yeah.
But you know it definitely, I mean, I know of course there have been many other films that have been made over the years that kind of have based part of that plot line over it, but it was definitely the first of its kind of really come up with an idea that deals with sharks as a result of some experiment that goes terribly awry.
That's right. Because for like for well over 2 decades at this point, when this movie was made, everybody was following all kinds of that same old formula about sharks attacking a beach, like a resort town, basically ripping off Jaws. But here we
Exactly.
see a completely original idea of science gone wrong.
Before we continue, guess who's also going to be joining us? Nikki.
Hey, Nikki.
Great to see you again.
Hey,
Good to be back. Hi, guys. I'm good. I'm feeling better. So I had swimmer's ear too, Nick. I know what it's like, and it's a
You
pain.
had it too. See, I think that's with a lot of people, like with it being summer and all, with being hot, a lot of us are now, more of us are going into like pools, beaches, when you keep your head underwater for too long. That's definitely a candidate for swimmers here to occur. So glad I'm not the only one that feels that way.
Here Sarah says this movie should be how to get billionaires to pay for stupid ideas. Yeah, because the whole premise of this film is that that there's a floating research station, and again, research stations like this do not exist in real life, and it's like in the Pacific. Yeah. Oh, Billy's asking how you're doing.
Yeah, she just asked. She answered it.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear. Okay, anyway. So
that of, though, Sarah does have a point, though. You say that they don't exist that you know of.
Oh, FTV said.
Adam, hey, great to see you.
Worked in the theaters when this came out. Oh, I bet it was like. I bet it's a lot of people. I bet you were selling tickets quick then. But so what they're doing in this research station is they're altering and experimenting the brains of sharks to find a cure for Alzheimer's. And it seems like the person in charge of this project, Dr. Susan McAllister, played by Saffron Burrows, it's like it talks about how her backstory, like her father had Alzheimer's, and so it feels like she had some good motivation at first, but then it's like downhill from there with her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
and
pretty
of course,
bad.
like a few of you have been saying in the comments, like Billy, I saw that here. That's Thomas Jane is in this film. He plays the main character, shark wrangler named Carter, who works in Aquatica. The name of this research station, Aquatica, and he's responsible for handling these sharks. Bringing them in when they need to do experiments, and he's and they bring up a couple of times that he had some kind of a criminal past, that he's on parole. It's pretty vague. They never actually explain what he did.
Right.
Yeah. So
I love Adam's comment right here. When they Sammy Jackson.
oh yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is. Oh yeah, basically Samuel L. Jackson. He was like his death in this film was like probably arguably the most memorable scene of the entire movie. Like he gives a big, it's like when everybody's like fighting against each other, he's like standing up and saying, basically giving a speech about how we should be standing up and standing strong together and finding a way to survive this. And then immediately after that, gets grabbed by the big shark, the 45-foot mako shark, and that's how he goes out.
It's like the most random kill scene I think I've ever seen.
It's like the most out of nowhere death scene you will see.
Like you didn't even see that coming if you haven't seen it before.
Yeah, like the timing on that, it was wow.
It's not necessarily scary. It's just more of just takes you by surprise, I think.
Yep, the show has an underwater shot of that shark just munching on him, and then the little shark coming up and taking half. They're basically sharing dinner. And I should say, you mentioned earlier about CGI, Nick. You said the CGI probably didn't age well, but I still
I'm watching that right now.
But I could. Yeah. So, Nick, you said that the CGI here didn't age well. I still consider this better than the CGI in Spawn, which came out 2 years earlier than this.
Well, no, I'm not saying that it didn't age well. I'm just saying compared by today's standards.
Yeah, well, we did improve, and for the most part, CGI can be efficient if done right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. And also 45-foot shark. I'm guessing when they talked about how they used gene therapy to increase their brains, I'm guessing that same thing increased the shark size overall, because that's got to be like 3 times the size of an average mako, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell you right now, largest one in existence, that is not necessarily the mako, but obviously largest one that we know of as of today is the whale shark, and that can grow up to 40 feet long. So I've never heard it going up 45, but it can go up to 40 feet. But as far as makos, they grow no more than maybe I would say anywhere between 15 to 18 feet long. They're still a little smaller and certainly a lot more slender than your typical great white shark.
Right. And so yeah, Nikki, what did you think of this movie? Like, did you see when it came out in theaters or? Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I saw it when it came out in theaters.
That's amazing.
Back when it was a spring chicken. But yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. I was only 7.
We've had a few stories that are kind of similar to what actually happened based on the story in WA.
Wow.
Number 3, apparently. So.
I see.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I remember this movie being advertised a lot. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, they have the sequels that came out like within the last 5 years.
Yeah, they waited quite a while, almost 20 years, to put out the first sequel, Deep Blue Sea 2, and that movie's a mess. Don't even bother, Nick. And the third one is slightly better, but still not as good as the original.
You got a compliment here, Don, from Adam about your hair.
Thanks. Oh yeah, I made a joke about it yesterday when me and the cousins went to Six Flags, and we were on the the Batman ride, and when we got off, everyone was like, "You're right, Don," and I was like, "Yeah, it's just that I think the front of my hair is sticking up.
I'm just gonna say this now. I mean, I don't really say it's funny because unfortunately I haven't got much compliments with my hair because again, it's not as long as it was, though I'm trying to get it to grow longer like it did previously. So but I'm not in a terrible rush.
I got you.
Yep. Billy just said really want you guys to cover Shark Attack 3 Megalodon on the show.
One of the most laughably bad shark movies in history.
I mean, see, originally when he said that, I didn't think he was talking about this movie called Shark Attack 3 Megalodon. I thought he was actually talking about a similar title, which was called Shark Attack 3D that came out like over 10 years ago. Yeah, see?
Thanks.
He's being serious about it.
Oh, I know he was. I knew it.
Never seen it.
Oh, yeah. I still prefer, I think this is better than my old hairstyle. I didn't really do much of my hair with my hair growing up, but I just thought it was time for a change. So I thought, spiking my hair, it might, yeah.
I'll join it. Hang on. There we go.
Oh wait, Don. Speaking of sequels, Warner Brothers movies, did you see the Lost Boys sequels? Not yet. I know of them. I just haven't had the time to see them yet.
Adam's gonna be heading out. Okay. I actually just texted him if he wanted to come on with us, but unfortunately he's got to go to bed because also you have to remember he lives in New York, so it's an hour later there. But yeah, definitely, Adam, we'll have you on real soon with us. Yeah. And also, I actually got to call you in the next couple days or so with my ear heels up. I know it's been a while, but I actually wanted to update you about the audiobook stories. So we'll talk on the phone next couple days.
All right.
Oh, check this out. See, Jeremy's like what Jeremy said, can always try long hair. I've done it.
Long hair is not for me.
It is for me. It's growing back slowly but surely.
I don't know what's happening with mine. I've got like a weird mullet thing happening.
I have a little bit of that too, actually.
Yeah, really?
I'm not sure what Don's asking.
What is that?
Oh, wait. You know what? I think he was referring to this question.
Here. Oh, I did answer that question.
You did? Okay.
I haven't seen it just yet, but I want to.
Jeremy, it was not my choice. My parents wanted me to have it cut. It was, well, on a more serious topic, it was for that funeral I had to go to a couple weeks ago. So I kind of didn't have a choice. But now I'm intentionally letting it grow long again. So it'll be back. I promise you. Right. You've seen it grow fast.
Yeah. So Nick, the sharks in this movie, it's clear right off the bat that these sharks are fairly unique. Like in that opening scene, I remember like when it attacks that boat, and I guess I'm thinking about that scene makes me think of those supposed teenagers, even though they look more like they're in their 20s.
They're college students.
They look more like they're in their late 20s. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't always have to be like high school kids. It can be college kids too.
Yeah. Or sorry, college kids. Yeah. But even though they hardly look like they would still be in college, but anyway. Yeah. Some tells me these guys don't always make the best decisions because they're putting their radio with a teddy bear on top of it, like right at the edge of the boat. And I'm just like, you're just asking for that to fall in. And when the shark hits that bone, the radio falls in. I'm like, told you.
Sharks can do that. I can do math.
So it said something else.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah. And weird thing is when we're first introduced to Samuel L. Jackson, like when they're in that LA scene, like in the corporate office scene that only lasts for like 2 or 3 minutes, where Susan like explains the seriousness of her work, give her more time to prove it. But it's like we're introduced to Samuel L. Jackson, but there's another character in there played by I'm guessing that's his boss. And he's played by Ronnie Cox, who I remember him as Dick Jones, the villain in RoboCop. But what's weird about it is he doesn't get any dialogue. He just sits there. Yeah,
it's almost like that he was just hired just to be there for that scene.
Yeah,
like nothing else.
Yeah, he just sits there and doesn't say anything.
Hey, Lauren, great to see you here.
Hey, Lauren. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey,
but Yeah, the reason why I bring up that corporate scene is office scene is that's pretty much the closest we get to as far as part of this movie taking place on dry land, because the rest of it takes place on that research station Aquatica.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where we're introduced to like all these different characters. Let's see, there was Michael Rappaport's character, Scoggins, who was like the maintenance guy, and let's see, there was Dr. Jim Whitlock, played by Stellan Skarsgård, and I'm pretty sure that name sounds familiar to all of you, Skarsgård. Yeah, Stellan Skarsgård and Samuel L. Jackson. They would years later would move on to play characters in the MCU.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury, and Skarsgård plays Selvig.
Wow.
Yep, and of course his sons, Stellan Skarsgård's sons, are actors as well, like Alexander Skarsgård. Let's see, and also Bill Skarsgård, who he plays, right, Nick?
Oh God, he's been in so many horror film roles. I mean, it dates back to the 80s. I mean, he goes as far back. I mean, the earliest film I seen him in was I forgot who he plays. I mean, I know who he plays, just can't remember the character name. He was in, I believe, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. He was also wasn't he? He was also in when you brought up Night of the Living Dead remake. He plays the character Johnny in that.
No, you're thinking of somebody else. That's Bill Moseley.
Oh, damn it! I keep getting those damn names mixed up. Yeah, I know. It's been a long day for me today.
Yeah.
Man,
but so on this and also there's probably the comedy highlight of this film is LL Cool J, who plays Preacher, and he's arguably the one. He's like the best thing about this movie, and he's the cook on Aquatica. He's working in the kitchen with his parrot, his foul-mouthed parrot.
By the way, LL Cool J just the year prior was in Halloween H2O.
Yep, that's right. He survived in that, and then he survives in this, and that parrot. I remember. Yeah, and you're right, Nikki. Everything good?
Yeah,
Nikki?
just my internet keeps dropping in and out, so I have to kind of walk around a bit.
I gotcha.
Yep.
And so, Nikki, when we were watching Deep Blue Sea the other day, I never looked into who.
Just for a quick second, I'm gonna get some water quickly.
Okay. Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Just do what I do, and like I have a drink prepared beforehand.
Again, it was because I just got home. I didn't really think of much of it. So
yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just messing. I'm just messing with you.
I figured you were.
Hey, I'm just messing.
We'll have a chat. It's all good.
Nice. Yeah. So this movie has had a pretty solid cast to it. So that's like one of the main things that it's known for.
Yeah. Everyone keeps freezing.
Your internet all right?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Sorry, my internet keeps dropping. Yeah, my internet's just dropping in and out, so I have to kind of move around a bit.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Yeah. Oh, wait. LL Cool J, awesome guy. Yes, he is. He's a talented actor and a talented musician. And he performed the song Deepest Bluest in this film, where he was rapping about sharks, or more specifically, how his hat is like a shark's fin. It's almost 25 years later, and I still remember that song. But
oh, wow.
Nick being prepared beforehand, good luck just to remind him to unplug in his laptop.
I just did the same thing, so
Or he should also do what I do. He should also do this. What I do is have the laptop fully charged beforehand. Yeah, I'm still at 100%.
Is this something about charge? Because I charge stuff. Is this something involving charging my phone or computer again?
Yeah, Sarah.
I'm hearing that.
Yeah, Sarah brought it up.
So good.
Okay, so I'll tell you guys right now. My phone is charged. My laptop is charged. In fact, my laptop is plugged in right now. I just needed to grab some water. That was it. And also, if you guys heard me call upstairs, turned out my dad actually just got home. So
okay,
talked to him for a quick second. But yeah, I'm all prepared except for the water. So we're good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
my phone just died.
Oh man. But
Yeah,
like
actually,
Nikki,
it's a big
like,
day.
yeah, Nikki, like I was saying, when I showed them with the Nick this movie, I mentioned that I never looked into who voiced the parrot in this, LL Cool J's parrot, and I was very surprised to learn that the voice of the parrot was none other than Frank. Are you okay, Nick?
Yeah, I'm fine. I love the comments.
Okay. So
Sorry, I'm gonna be rude. I'm gonna grab a drink.
Go on, Don. You can tell me.
Okay, so anyway, so we learned that that the parrot is voiced by none other than Frank Welker. Yeah, legendary voice actor Frank Welker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who has voiced Fred in Scooby Doo and many other things like and Megatron and Soundwave and Transformers. You know, the guy is an icon.
To this day.
The guy is a legend.
Yeah, he still has it even after. And it turned out I actually looked up how long he's been doing this. He's actually been doing voice acting since 1967. So, and he's still doing it to this day, over 55 years later.
Yeah, and I was shocked. I'm thinking, wait, Frank Welker voiced that parrot? He was spewing all those insults like "eat me" or "fat butt" and all that. And I'm just like, that was all Frank Welker. I'm like, whoa.
And I was just watching something else with him in it actually just a few weeks ago because I'll bring up a quick example because like I said he was in it. I'm sure some of you guys know this already, some of you guys don't, but I'm actually a big fan of the Charlie Brown Peanuts series. I like a lot of the holiday specials, and I was actually watching the 4th of July themed Charlie Brown specials just right before the 4th, and among those episodes, and a few of them, Frank Welker was part of that. I actually voiced one of the few adult voices from that series at all. So it was really cool. Again, that's a common example of how often he does voice work. So yeah, he was even in the Peanuts series at one point.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey,
I'm not the only one. Leanne likes it too. That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, Frank Welker, man, that guy is a true icon. You know, like amazing how he still does that to this day. Yeah.
Oh man,
Independence Day.
No. I'm talking about they made a series of like Independence Day themed Charlie Brown specials back in the late '80s. So,
I thought she was talking about the Will Smith and Bill Pullman movie.
No. I'm talking about the cartoon. No, I'm talking about the cartoon series.
I was saying I thought that's what she was referring to.
Oh God, I forgot Jeremy's still here, and he's
don't say peanut.
Well, no, what he's saying is, and I don't even want to say it. But,
are you okay, Nikki?
I don't even want to say it, but Jeremy is trying to write a scary story involving the Peanuts group. So, yeah, I know, scary, right?
Oh yeah, that's
You okay, Nikki?
Oh, we're good.
Oh,
just don't eat pink.
Yep. I should be scared, Jeremy.
Yeah. Okay, try not to kill me, Jeremy. We're good.
I'm waiting for you when Charlie Brown meets the space aliens. Oh my God.
Bloody pizza. We're good.
Yeah. So this film, like I said, strong premise and everything, but it is not without its flaws. You know, like I remember that one time when they were where the surprise birthday party for Susan was in that, like they called her up saying there was an emergency, but then you see two emergency flares being fired into the air, which was supposed to be part of like the whole stunt. You know, like saying surprise, happy birthday. But here's the thing. What if some ships out of the sea saw those dispersion stress flares and decided to go in there and also radio that in? Like,
it might have been a connection issue. She'll come back.
Okay.
Don't forget, like she said, she always gets a lot of connection problems.
She did mention she was having internet issues. So
yeah, so it does happen from time to time, and understandably, again, for her to live out in Australia, the connection can sometimes be kind of iffy at times, but she'll be back though.
Yeah. And Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they're called distress flares. You're supposed to use those if there's an emergency. Like, what if a ship saw that and radioed that in? Like it's like, guess those characters didn't think that one through.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but even though I remember here she's back. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but even though I remember the majority, excuse me, I remember the majority of that film. For some reason, that was the only scene that I forgot about. So it's funny you brought that up.
Oh, I had it on VHS too back in the day.
A whole book of Charlie Brown short stories. Damn it, Jeremy. Oh my God, Charlie Brown meets the paranormal.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Oh God. Who knows?
I'm doing a movie based on one of the podcast idea. Oh yeah. Yeah, like we've wanted to do this one for a little while. So yeah. So yeah, there were several, like, let's see. And also for some reason the sharks like only were, but before they started flooding the Aquatica, we're only feeding on like other sharks. Like there was a scene where they dumped in a tiger shark and then they just went after it.
Yeah, it's like, and that it's like showing that supposed, not necessarily myth, but belief of shark cannibalism that's said to occur. Because fortunately, scariest thing about it is that there have been cases of shark cannibalism at various times. It's not very common, but it happened. It's a good example because you saw. Oh, you never heard about that, Nikki?
Mm-mm.
There was actually a special that was shown, believe it or not, on National Geographic, which was called Shark Cannibals, and it was on Shark Fest. And essentially, they can't really fully prove it, but a lot of times it was like sharks that had been attacked, like in a very gruesome way. Now, originally they thought it was like it was killer whales that was attacking, because unfortunately they are known to attack sharks, even gray whites. But then looking at the bite marks, kind of analyzing everything, they realized it was actually other sharks, normally larger ones.
Oh wow!
Now, it's not really known as if they actually are eating them. It may also have been a territorial attack, because some sharks are pretty territorial of certain areas. They don't like when they see other sharks come into their area.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, I mean, again, you might be able to find it online. I'm not really sure, but I know there is a special on it. But I think it's called Cannibal Sharks. But it has more information.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, this film basically kind of almost demonstrates, I guess you can kind of say, the early example of shark cannibalism. But I can assure you, though, it's relatively a rare thing that's been going on. It may look common, but again, that's only because they just put the dates around close. But as far as I know, I haven't heard of anything like that happening recently, but it has happened on occasion.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So yeah, the shark. Like, I wanted to bring up what Sarah was saying. Bigger brains and alpha predators don't really translate to aggressiveness. I think it was like a little bit more to these sharks. Like the whole idea of them increasing the sharks' brain mass in this was so they can get more of the protein complex needed to create the cure for Alzheimer's. But then as a result, the sharks became smarter, and they were coming up with a plan basically to escape from the Aquatica facility, like the first shark had in the beginning. And they're willing, and these sharks were willing to kill if that's what they had to do to get out.
I would.
So I think that's pretty much what their motivation was for the killings.
Leon, I'm not sure if it's on Netflix. It might be on YouTube. You may have to purchase it though. So I'll have to look for it.
Wait, what's on Netflix?
Well, I don't know if it is on Netflix.
No, I'm saying, what is he saying that's on Netflix?
Cannibal Sharks.
Oh, Cannibal Sharks.
That's the Shark National Geographic. I was going to say, if you look it up, make sure at National Geographic too, because I think there might even be a movie by that same name.
Here, pulling it up now. Okay, it's
not saying,
yeah, it's not saying. It's not saying it's not saying what stream service it's on, so I can't say for sure if it's on Netflix or not.
It's probably on YouTube though, because I know Shark Week and Shark Fest has been releasing their specials for purchase on YouTube, they're relatively cheap. I mean, I think it's only like $2 or $3.99 each to purchase a special. And Don, whatever. Oh God, Don, whatever you do not bring up.
That's what I was laughing at.
Oh, 1% at a time. What, Nick?
I was gonna say, whatever you do not bring up that comment that DJ just brought up saying bad news. Because you know what?
Could you imagine?
I know Jeremy's in the chat, and I know he's gonna say something about it.
Wait.
I love it.
Here, this comment's okay. Look, this comment.
Yeah, this one.
Architects of the movie are brutal. Yeah, from the very beginning, like when Jim, still like Stellan Skarsgård's character, lights up a cigarette and sits right next to the shark. Then the big shark, and then it comes up and rips his arm off. And when I saw that, I'm just thinking, wait, the shark attacked the arm that was holding like that cigarette. So maybe I'm guessing the shark was just had attacked him because it had an issue with Jim smoking right next to him.
Yeah,
or her. The shark was a female. Yeah, basically she was just saying, "You give me secondhand smoke." Basically she was saying, "You give me secondhand smoke, I take your second hand."
Oh, Sarah makes a good point. Cannibalism is not rare in the natural world. There comes a point predators just see meat rather than what source it comes from. Again, you kind of have to watch the special to really understand it. I watched it. I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it this year. I've seen it before, but it's been over a year or so. So again, you'll just have to watch the entire thing. I think it's at least a couple years old. It's one of the older specials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait a minute, National Geographic stuff will be on Discovery Plus or Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
2018.
I was going to say I think it's going to be on. I think it would more be like on Disney Plus because National Geographic and Discovery, they're pretty much rivals to each other.
Pretty much, yep. And so, so we learned in this scene that sharks do not like secondhand smoke.
They don't.
Yeah, that's the whole lesson in that. Secondhand smoke, and then they take your second hand.
Oh God, Jeremy, he heard me. Wait, what? Sorry, I heard you say my name, but I missed. It was a comment that I didn't really want to show because I know you were going to get a kick out of it if we did.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay, that's the comment. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and Nick, also we forgot to bring this up in the film that there was a hurricane that was or like a tropical storm that was covering the surface, of that research station. And
off the coast of California.
Yeah. So they got hit hard with a storm, and so they got a medical emergency. Like Jim has his arm ripped off. And all the staff is freaked out, including Jen, who was like another character who was like who was a marine biologist in this film and also love interest of Jim. They're a couple, and so he's bleeding profusely, and like they get him on a gurney into the elevator, and then Samuel L. Jackson like takes his belt off and uses it as a tourniquet, and I'm like, you just waited until now to do that? like with a severed limb, a tourniquet is something you should be doing right off the bat. And then Susan made this dumb comment saying, "Oh, he's hemorrhaging." I'm like, of course he's hemorrhaging. His arm was torn off.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's why I brought up the tropical storm. Yeah, and
there was another what?
Sorry. Apparently, there's another one coming out.
What?
Fourth one?
Deep Blue Sea. Apparently, there's a new Deep Blue Sea coming out.
Oh, wait a second. I gotta see.
And it's filmed in
Hang on. Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea 4?
Apparently.
Hang on 1 second. I'm not seeing anything from, well, at least from my side from where I'm looking at. I don't see anything, but still looking. But that's weird. I didn't hear anything.
Well, yeah, it does say that Renny Harlin is like working on another shark movie. I don't know if it's going to be Deep Blue Sea. Oh, here.
Oh, hello, Clark.
Hey, Clark. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in.
Bad
Sarah said bad science.
Hang on.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this movie is, Sarah. Bad science gone horribly wrong.
Oh, hi there, Twitch user.
They could have used a hot skillet to close the wound. Yeah, that's true.
Deep Blue. Yeah, Megan. Yeah, I'm not. It's hard to say if that's going to be like a fourth one, or maybe it's just an entirely different shark film.
Yeah, could just be something entirely different. Oh, and Nick, the reason why I brought up that tropical storm that's on the surface, what do you think the odds are that a rescue chopper is going to get there that quickly and also through all that wind?
Well, with a hurricane and such, they could try to do like some kind of search and rescue, but even though that would probably usually be useless because of the horrific conditions below. I mean, you're talking about a hurricane here.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's like I don't get it. Like when a hurricane comes, like nobody should be in the area. I mean, you don't see helicopters going by. You don't none of that, and yet this helicopter got there in like record time to save Jim. And so they hook Jim up. They bring and then.
Oh, look who's here, Don.
You keep clicking it, Nick.
Brad's in the house.
No, we're not covering that. I already reviewed it. We already covered that movie on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, but he wants you to cover it as a FearFans episode.
we will cover Jaws 2 next year. So and that's no further.
Down. I can tell you that right now.
We will cover Jaws 2 next year and no further. No further Jaws films. Oh, man. But so they're bringing Jim up, and their winch or whatever that thing is called that they used failed, and then dropped Jim and the gurney in the water. Sharks grab a hold of him and start dragging that chopper down right into the tower, and also killing the tower operator Brenda in an explosion. Yeah. And which raises this question, Nick. Jim has like a respirator on, which is what they do for people who are like injured. Would the respirator work underwater?
No.
Sorry, what was the question one more time?
No, I was saying, would a respirator work underwater? Because, like that's what Jim had. That's what he was breathing on, and he's in the water being dragged by a shark. Jim was still alive, like right when the shark flung him right into that glass. So shouldn't he have drowned?
I'm not really sure. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not really much of an expert when it comes to that type of when it comes to that. I'm not entirely sure. So I just got to get to this quickly with Brad. You need to watch at least 15 more times. Why 15 more times, Brad?
Yeah, I'm not watching Jaws the Revenge 50 more times. I'm done with it.
No. I'm just wondering why 15.
Yeah. No.
Lauren, I'm looking at your message right now.
You can review it as Nick watches The Nest.
No, I'm not watching The Nest.
So, for those of you who don't know, The Nest is an 80s B. It's like a B horror film where focusing on killer roaches that mutate.
Oh nope, I'm not watching that.
Mutant roaches. It's one of those cheesy.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's one of those cheesy 80s flicks.
Well, and it's not the first movie that deals with the roaches. The first one was Bug, and that was back in 1975. And surprisingly enough, that was produced by William Castle. It was actually his very last movie that he did before he passed away 2 years later in 1977.
Wait,
Sharknado writers say a respirator will work underwater.
You know what? When I was at the meeting when I was at the meeting that I just got back from, over an hour ago, we actually were talking a little bit about Sharknado. Actually, good seeing you, Brad. Oh, our Twitch. I'm not saying how to say this name of this Twitch viewer. Yeah, that's
Forever.
Gazert. I don't know how to say it. I'm just gonna have to basically say just the Twitch.
Oh, here.
that jerk just forever.
You need to make Roach NATO now. Oh God. Why does it always have to be bees and roaches?
Yeah, they always do. Oh, here. I got Psycho from 1960 on DVD. Yeah, I've got that in 4K, which, I definitely like. That is my second favorite horror film of all time, Psycho. So we're definitely going to cover that down the road. So, yeah, we will for D-Day. We will.
Oh wow, this
I
is
would have a
really
lot of movies
actually.
to be watching.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of this podcast. We can never run out of work.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. You get to learn
Oh, this is.
things.
I
Get
just
to
gotta
educate
say for what.
yourself. Get a laugh.
I just want to say for what Lauren had sent me. It was she sent me 2 videos of this. It's actually dealing with bugs, but in a much more appropriate way. It's actually kind of beautiful. Is these lights that her sister got? I'll just show a quick sample. It's like butterfly lights.
I can't see it on here.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Can't
trying.
see it,
I'm
mate.
trying to. You know what? It will be better if I just. It'll be better if I just share the screen. It's not going to work on the phone, but they're like butterfly lights that she got. They're
Okay.
really cool.
Oh, cool.
And this is for roaches?
No, I said butterfly lights,
Winnie
not
Pooh was-
roaches.
I thought you were talking about some kind of a
Could you
light
imagine?
that I thought you were talking about some kind of a light that gets rid of roaches.
Oh no, butterflies.
I thought you meant lights that look like roaches. Could you imagine? Ah!
Do you mind if I share this? Do you mind if I share the screen real quickly, Don? Just so that way you can get a better view of what she has. Mind if I share the screen quickly?
What just happened?
What do you mean?
I don't know. What?
Oh, like all of us lost our Wi-Fi for a second.
It might
That
be
was
coming
weird.
from your side.
Hmm.
That's happened. I was the screen black or anything, or
Yes, all of you were.
okay. So all right. So if that's happening from your side. It's
Yeah,
not.
all
It's
of
not
you
going to affect everybody. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's probably your connection. So
Yeah.
I just want to show the. If you don't mind, Don, I just want to share the screen real quickly, just of what.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Yeah, it's just like 20 seconds, or if that. So here's the first one. This is what I'm talking about. They're not roach lights.
Are you sure?
Do they look like
They
them?
look like big swans.
Yeah.
Big
Hey,
flying-
roaches can grow wings, so you don't know.
Those are butterflies.
Yeah, there's flying cockroaches. Ew.
She sent me a second one. That was actually during the day. Now here's one. Here's the same of them also at night. I actually like
that's
that
weird.
better. I actually like them better at nighttime.
Yeah.
So really, yeah, they change colors too. That's
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
Nice.
Really cool stuff, Lauren. Okay, that's all I just wanted to show.
I got you. Yeah. So I was just mentioning like the helicopter blowing up the tower, and so then the shark throws Jim and the gurney right at the glass window, like the underwater view in the lab, and that starts flooding the facility. It's all, that's where things really get crazy. And then LL Cool J is like walking down flooded hallways, and wondering what is going on, thinking, no, this must be the wrath of God, because his character is called Preacher again, because he's religious, and so I liked it where he said, I'll take this as a sign, and start drinking. But then when there's another, when everything starts shaking again, he's like, okay, here, okay, I won't drink. But then walks down a flooded hallway, and what I thought was funny, he walks down a flooded hallway, comes across a floating Playboy magazine. He picks it up and glances at it. He picks it up and yeah. He picks it up and glances at it and is like, please let me get out of here. And I'm just thinking, yeah, please let me get out of here. Then maybe I'll come across this woman down the street one day and be like, hey, I just survived a doomed facility, fought against 3 sharks. Can I get your number?
I thought he said though at one point that he had a family to take care of though. So when that should...
Hey, you never know.
Oh, I've missed you guys. Oh.
We missed having you on here. Oh man. But then he gets chased by the shark. The shark then he comes across the bird again, the parrots, once again spewing insults. And then the parrot gets eaten by the shark when Preacher's trying to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
Then shark chases him into the oven, and and this is what I love about LL Cool J in this movie, is that he's like a fighter in this. He's like not letting anything take him down.
Well, that's where he studied from, kind of also when he was in Halloween H2O. He kind of had a little bit of that fighting too in that movie.
Yeah. Like X's his way out of the oven when he was trapped in there, then uses the gas from the oven to blow up the shark with his lighter.
I knew that it was going to happen. Like as soon as he hit in the oven, I knew exactly that at some point the oven was going to be turned on.
Oh yeah, I just like how he said when he used that lighter, turn it on. He said, "You ate my bird." It's like, oh, yep. And I'm like, oh, you mean the bird that was insulting you throughout the entire movie, LL? Like, thank God you humans don't have 20 kids or kids at all.
Well, I do, so.
Sometimes it feels like that.
I mean, I don't have kids yet, though, but
just going to get points taken off every time he gets.
Yeah, you hear that? Here, we start you off at 50 points, 10 points off each time. You could go off topic.
Well done. You know what you're gonna have to do though, right? Well, wait a minute, wait.
I'll be millionaire.
You know what you're gonna have to do now, right, Don? You're gonna have to take points off every time I'm on a show here on this network. So it's not just this show. You're gonna have to really keep track.
Oh man. Okay, just for this show alone, we start off at 50. Each time you go off topic, you lose 10 points.
So what do I win at the end?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yep.
You like that?
Let's see.
I'll be broke
right after he did 8. Yep, we were just talking about that earlier, DJ. That's right. He played the security guard in that.
It is above sea level, right?
Yes, it is. The facility is like well, the main level of it, like there's the surface level, but then there's like about 3 floors beneath that, so it is under sea level. It is technically underwater lab. It's like a floating, research station. Yeah. So the sharks start flooding the facility, like forcing everybody to try to get up top. But the sharks are like ramming down at the doors. Somehow they're able to keep track of where all these characters are going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then they have to crawl out, like after Samuel L. Jackson is killed in like the most epic scene of the entire movie, and then they have to like climb up the elevator shaft, and there's like a burning elevator at the top sending down debris, and the shark like rams through that door, is chasing them upward, and where it kills Jan. And I thought that was kind of dumb. Like Jan could have like swam towards that the ladder that was still intact and avoided that death. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Oh, Don, just as an advice about the points, 10 is too much. You better go 1 or 0.5.
I'll be 0.5 by the end of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Sarah, they weren't trying to get to the elevator. They were trying to get to an access ladder. I think like they were trying to get to like a door that would lead to the level 1 and get them upward somewhere else. But problem is when they came across the LL, a preacher, he informs them the stairs are flooded, so they have to go back. So this is where it kind of gets dumb. They have to go back to like Carter, Thomas Jane's character, and Scoggins. They have to go back down to the lab area to flip some switches to drain one of the access stairwells. So they have to go all the way back down there after all the trouble they went through just to get out.
Oh my God, Clark. Speaking of which, he says, I was in a falling elevator at Luther Corp.
It's a Superman reference, Nick.
Oh, it is? Okay. I didn't know that.
I was like,
like, wait, what?
I mean, Luther Corp, like Lex Luthor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Again, I'm not much into like the superhero Marvel stuff, so I'm not very familiar with some of these.
Not Marvel, it's DC.
Okay, DC. I'm not very familiar with a lot of the DC stuff.
Have you ever been to Six Flags? They got DC stuff all over the place.
I know that. I mean, yes, but I'm usually there for the rides, though.
They still tell you about that.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Donna? Good to see you.
Hey, Donna.
Hello, Donna. Thank you for tuning in.
She's actually watched a few other shows here on this network.
Oh, nice. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, so.
Oh, she knows me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm assuming she probably knows you too, Nikki.
Yeah. Thanks for letting night watching Paranormal Perth.
Yeah, so yeah, like what were we saying? Oh yeah, like yeah. Anyway, yeah, like Lex Luthor is a DC Superman villain. That's what that is. Oh, it's nice to meet you, too, Donna. Yeah, I really appreciate you tuning in. So as you can see, we're covering Deep Blue Sea. I remember this hitting theaters, 1999. Man, 24 years ago.
Almost 25 years
Wow.
ago.
24 years.
God, I'm old.
I feel old myself now too.
I mean, Nikki, how do you think I feel? I think back to those. I think back to those days when I was 7 years old. I see all these movies that I couldn't see yet being advertised like crazy. This along with Lake Placid. So I was stuck with watching. Yeah.
Not to mention at a time too that you couldn't even watch them on your computer.
No. And also, like I remember, because back then all I had was watching SpongeBob when that first started, and then collecting. Yeah. And I also remember collecting the Pokemon toys from Burger King.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Those were the days.
Yep. But my babysitter did show me Resident Evil, so that's like the most adult thing I was able to see at the time, like as far as the entertainment world.
You know what? Lauren does have a point, though. I can understand it.
Oh man. Things were simpler back then, and I'm not just saying that because I was a kid back then, but because the world seems simpler. We technology wise and economics wise, like everything was. It feels like
everything was better.
It was a completely different time.
Yeah. See, look at this. 54 and proud.
Okay, there you go.
For that.
And let's see.
Someone break out the rockers on the porch. What?
I got one.
What that means, but okay.
What do you mean you don't know what that means?
Break out the rockers on the porch.
The rocking chairs on the porch.
Oh,
I do not know what rockers are.
No, I know of rockers. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. I know of rockers as far as like rocker patches, like the patches he had on the vest. That's the only rockers I could think of.
Oh, nice. 1999. Oh, so okay. Yeah, man. And everyone was saying, like, when I was over at Six Flags yesterday, that Batman has been. They said this ride is so old; it's been around forever. I'm like, I was a baby when this ride was built, so now you're calling me old.
Well, wait a minute. I thought it was built even before that.
No, it was built in 1992 to promote Batman Returns.
It was 92. I seriously, I really didn't know that.
Batman ride. Hey,
off topic.
You should read more.
Don't look at me. I was not the one who brought it up.
Yeah. Anyway, 1992, Nick. You should read more. And so
Lonnie Flintstone and Friends, God.
Yeah.
But, at least we're not doing shots. That would be bad. Continue, Doug.
Yeah. This is all I got for now.
Hang on. This is all I got for now.
There you go.
I'm just sticking to water. That's it. Okay, well, I did have water, but I drank
it. So they go back down. They were able to flip some switches and try to get the drainage system to work, but that went wrong when Scoggins is killed by the big shark, the 45-footer. Yeah, torn in half, and that was brutal. That was arguably the most gruesome death of the entire movie.
Oh yeah, it really was.
Yeah. And let's see. So, yeah, then Susan is focused on not just surviving the situation, but more so of her research. Like after everything that's happened, her mind is set on proving that her experiment worked, and goes back down to her recorders to get her data. And then, of course, there's what follows is a jump scare that was pretty unique. There was a shark's fin coming towards her, but then she looks behind, and it's fake. It was it was this model of a shark like with its brain exposed, which she was using for her research. But then another fin comes up, and it's the real thing. A shark had somehow made it up to her.
Sarah makes a good point here. This movie really gives me Jurassic Park vibes.
Oh yeah, when you mess with nature and it bites back.
Yep.
Yeah, and then then she loses her data, and then has to like get above the water to, and then she strips down to like her underwear and like up to, I'm guessing because she was going to use the cable, the electricity to kill the shark. So I guess the reason why she did that, took off the wetsuit, is to like lessen the chances of her being electrocuted.
That's what I was gonna say. I think what she was trying to do was that if she took it off, because if your feet especially are fully exposed to like a nearby live wire, you're gonna get electrocuted for it. So by what she was doing was, it was no different than like putting like steel toe boots or anything on, or something that you could protect not only your feet but the rest of yourself from being electrocuted.
Right.
I just learned something.
What's up, Nikki?
I just learned something. Thanks, Nick.
Okay. Nice. And so the more I think about the way they kill these sharks, it feels like they're referencing like the shark deaths in Jaws, because the first shark in this movie, they blew it up. The second shark, they electrocuted it. Third final shark, they blew up. And that's how they killed the sharks in the first 3 Jaws films.
Yep. But it would have actually been cooler if they did like a 3D effect or something.
I'm going off topic.
Because if they were I was gonna say, because if they were making references to the shark deaths in the first 3 Jaws movies, then that third one should have been 3D too.
Yeah, put on your 3D glasses for this shark death. Okay, now take them off. The shark's dead.
Can you imagine if like they had like if there were 3 of them, like 2 of them were normal, but every time you saw the third one, you had to put your 3D glasses on every time you saw him on camera.
That would have been so dumb. Like just having to put your glasses on.
Here, take them on, put them on, take them off, put on, take them off.
Good workout.
That would have been so dumb. Like every single time that shark appears on screen, you have to put your 3D glasses on for a few seconds.
It's probably like blurry to see on camera.
Nice to see you agree with me, Leon.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh man. So then they managed to decide that the only way to get out of that facility is to like distract the shark with the only remaining shark left, a big 45-foot one, and with the what was it, life preserver or oxygen tank or something or like that. Everything all right, Nick?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I accidentally muted myself. I'm not sure. I'm back now. Yeah, it was like some type of gas tank or something that the shark had. Wasn't really sure exactly what it was.
I agree with that, DJ. I agree. Yeah, like James. Yeah, James should definitely cover that on the show. Yeah, he's already covered just about all the major horror franchises, so he shouldn't stop there. And anyway, so they decided to use that as a distraction while they try to exhale on the way up. Like they have to swim 60 feet to the surface because everywhere else is flooded off or on fire. Well, right when they get to the surface, the shark makes his move, dragging Preacher LL Cool J across the surface. For some reason, it didn't just go underwater and drown him and kill him. So giving him a chance at survival, which judging from the blood loss, it's a miracle he survived at all.
Right.
So Carter, Thomas Jane, like saves him from the shark, and then they come up with this plan. Right. Then they reflect on like the shark's behavior, saying, "Oh wait, so the chain at the surface is just steel, but beneath that was titanium. The titanium chains that the sharks couldn't go through in the lower areas. So the sharks had been sinking the facility to get to the steel chains so they could break through to escape. That's why they flooded the facility, and they said they were using all of the people in the station for that. So these sharks were thinking.
Oh, wow.
Really thinking.
Pretty highly intelligent, that's for sure.
Yep.
Sharks aren't stupid.
Wait. Should have done aerial flips like in Kingdom Hearts.
Wait, what?
The game Kingdom Hearts. There's this you could summon like a aerial in that to like use attacks on enemies. That's what she's
Okay.
referencing. Yeah, I just beat the third Kingdom
wow.
Hearts game, so I'm done with Kingdom Hearts for a while. But right now, I'm thinking Thursday I'll go back on to continue playing Batman Arkham Asylum.
Okay.
Yeah, so now, I wanted to give you guys an update on that, but now I'm confirming it. Thursday, 7 p.m., Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm going to see if I can beat it then. Yeah, but anyway, so they come up with this plan to blow up the final shark with a harpoon, and that harpoon has gunpowder in it that's going to be ignited through a battery. Which,
Oh wow.
which thinking about it would seem plausible. I mean, electricity could like generates heat, and that could be enough to ignite gunpowder. So, yeah, may not be. As far as, are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just choking.
Might want to drink some water.
Don't do what I did before. Chili.
What gunpowder?
Well, no. Like the here's the thing. The harpoon, inside the harpoon is the gunpowder. It's like sealed off, like where it won't get wet.
Okay.
It's like sealed inside of it. So, but and that bolt, that harpoon bolt is attached to a cable, a long cable that's probably like gotta be like several hundred feet. They just happen to have something like that lying. They just happen to have that length of cable lying around. That's convenient.
To answer your question, yes.
Right. So it's like a giant tweezer. Not exactly.
Freezer.
Well, not exactly. The electricity is meant to set off the gunpowder, causing an explosion.
Yeah, well, I mean, gunpowder is often known to be explosive, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The electricity is supposed to ignite the gunpowder once that harpoon is attached to the shark.
Okay.
Yeah. So they managed to get that all that set up, but there was a problem. The shark is like too far away from them. It's attacking the fence, trying to get through, and so Susan decides to use herself as bait. Cutting her palm open with a piece of metal. And I'm thinking if she survives that, she's definitely going to need a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she jumps in. The shark smells the blood. It goes after it, then it kills her. It's like the shark stops for a moment, like hesitation, like looking at her for a second. But when Thomas Jane jumps in the water, then the shark just kills her off. And
it didn't make any sense. Why did it stop and think for a second? Like, it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. And so here's the thing. That wasn't the original ending when they were showing this movie to test audiences. Originally, Susan was meant to survive all of this along with Carter and Preacher, but the test audience said, she should not be alive. She should have been killed off because this whole mess is her fault. So they changed the ending for the theatrical release.
Right.
Yep. So in the Deep Blue Sea that we know, she does get killed by the sharks, killed by her own creation, and then it goes after Carter, who's in the water. Carter manages to outmaneuver it and hold on to its dorsal fin. And despite LLV being injured by a shark bite, he climbs up and manages to find, somehow knows about their plan and grabs the harpoon gun and shoots the shark right through the dorsal fin. But it also goes through Carter's leg. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Alternative ending.
Yep. Smell of blood. That's it. Yep. That's what she was doing. Cutting her hand open to attract a shark. Like, wow. It's like, how do you even do that to yourself? Like, take a piece of sharp metal and just slide it across. Oh man.
So I just saw what Nikki just wrote in the comments. This is in case anybody was concerned. This is what she was. She had chili sauce instead of tomato sauce.
Oh no! Oh man! Oh man! Yeah, that chili sauce. That can.
I was gonna say that's got to be really hot stuff.
Woo!
Yeah. Wow.
Well, Sarah said she would eat it.
Okay, here's 1 minute.
Okay.
Her mouth is probably still burning.
Oh my god. Just don't. Yeah, there are several hot, like even worse sauces for you, like
Yeah,
like the ghost chili pepper sauce. Oh my god, like
yeah, that is even hotter.
Yeah, and also Carolina Reaper sauce. That's like the hottest sauce ever.
You know, I was just thinking this thoughts that you brought up earlier, like about SpongeBob. Remember the hot sauce that was that hot sauce dropsy? Milk, not water. Wait, what?
Yeah, you should be. Yeah. Drinking water will make it worse. You got to drink milk. You know that'll.
Why milk?
Because like it the dairy products, it has an effect on it. You know that along with sugar. Yeah, that along with sugar. So.
See, I've always, whenever my mouth was like burned, I always would like refer to very cold water. And you're okay, especially thinking something else, getting her off guard. Show, yikes!
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah,
I'm gonna feel it in the morning.
Get the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, you don't want to ingest what comes out of a fire extinguisher. You really
I was going to say, I don't think you should, because that's not really water that comes. It's what, like, is that foam they use, or is that some kind of water?
It's not water. It's a foam that's like supposed to be a flame retardant, meaning that it'll take down. Oh,
a fire blanket. There you go. But you were saying, Don?
It's supposed to be like a form of a flame retardant foam, where meaning that it can put out fires.
Okay. So it's not like a mixture of some sorts, or
it is.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Yep. So, and right after the shark manages to go through the gate, and Carter's loose from that harpoon, no longer impaled. Somehow his leg stays on.
Yeah, I was like thinking to myself, like, if that really happened, that would almost tear your. Oh my god, it's an even horrible thing. It would tear your leg up, almost make it sever. Like, holy crap!
Oh yeah,
that girl is on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, that song. I remember that song.
This girl's on fire. I don't even play talk.
Oh yeah.
Hang on, I'm going to put it on mute and I'm going to drink some water, milk, and I'll be back.
Okay, yeah, go get some milk. Because I know some of the remedies for that. So I wish she had told me earlier that I would have told her don't drink water. Go get some milk. Yeah. Drop and roll if you're on fire.
Stop, drop, and roll. Can you imagine? I would actually think, how on earth would you stop, drop, and roll with your burning mouth? That's what I wonder. Like, how is that possible?
I guess put your tongue on the floor and roll it. I mean,
oh my god! Imagine all the debris you get on it. That'd be gross. Oh, yeah. Don, she thought you would. Having worked with you in a long time, Nikki, always interesting and fun. Remember.
Yeah. Oh, love you too.
Milk helps. Yeah.
I'm good.
She's going to come back drinking a gallon of milk.
Yep. That's what you're supposed to do. Yep. So
I'm going to feel it in the morning.
Yep. It'll pass. It'll pass. Yeah. So Nick, so what?
Just having heart issues, but we're good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. Yogurt works too. Yeah, because it's got to do with dairy products. That's why. So to wrap this up, Nick, we only got a few minutes left.
Yeah, because I know Greg's going to be starting in a few minutes.
Yep. So LL Cool J uses the battery to ignite the cable that is attached to that harpoon bolt, and it blows up the shark. But like as it had just escaped, like swimming out into open ocean, and somehow that explosion didn't kill Carter.
Yeah.
They resurfaced and they decided, and like they're done with this job, and like right as they were, calmly like just relaxing out of the water, like a boat approaches. It turns out it's the next shift, like the next group of people that are supposed to be working there. And I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm sure they're going to be thrilled, seeing how the facility is destroyed and they're out of work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And so the film ends with the credits, and then LL Cool J rapping "Deepest Bluest." Yeah, I still remember that song always.
Yeah.
So to everybody, Deep Blue Sea. It's of course, obviously not the best movie of all time, but I consider it pure cinematic gold compared to most shark movies out there, and believe me, that is saying plenty.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting. It's definitely a fun film, though. Either way.
Oh yeah.
Night, DJ.
Good night, DJ.
Sarah.
DJ.
Oh wait, we're not. Don may want to explain for what's going. Yeah, actually, Nikki doesn't know, so you may want to explain to her as well.
I am going to be out of town. I'm going to be out of town spending time with family in the coming week, and so there will be no Fear Fans next week. But we will be coming up. We're going to decide what we should cover the week after. I got several ideas. I'm thinking like one of the ideas is Tremors. Another idea is the first season of Wednesday. Let's see. I had several others. Also, one of them was Cocaine Bear. So
oh man.
Oh yeah. So this is gonna be the last. So this is gonna be the last shark movie we're covering for a while. So because we've Shark Month is just about complete.
Yeah.
So
and very quickly, because I know we got in this in about 2 minutes. I just wanted to just give the announcements for what's going to be going on with the other shows I'll be doing this week. For Nick Files tomorrow afternoon, I'll be talking. Originally, I was going to be doing 2 locations. Unfortunately, I was unable to find information on the second location, but I'll be talking about Wildwood Sanitarium in Salamanca, New York. I'm doing that actually for 2 reasons. Originally, I was doing it for 1 reason. Now I'm doing it for 2. It's because we got the Paranormal Giving Tree coming up this weekend, and Wildwood Sanitarium is one of those participants. The other place I was going to cover was going to be called Sweet Home Estates 1822, which is also New York. But again, I just could not find any information regarding history or paranormal wise. So Wildwood's going to be the only one I could really talk about. And then the other reason I'm going to talk about is it's also to promote for a Paracon that is coming up there in September called the There Is Hope Paracon. That's going to be on September 23rd. It's, as far as I'm concerned, at least for me, as far as I know, the first Paracon that actually focuses on suicide. So I'll be promoting for that event. So we got that coming up for Thursday, and then To the Grave and Back on Thursday with me, Lois, and Grizzly. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about. I got to talk to Lois about it. And then Supernatural Talk on Thursday night. I know Jeremy won't be there for this, but I know it'll be me, Adrian, and Eileen. It's going to be open mic chat. And then finally for the Frighteners on Friday, we got, again, I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about, but should be another interesting and fun conversation. So just to end this for tonight, I just want to show this is something for you, Nikki.
Thank you. Yeah, I read it.
Oh, you did?
I read it
too. Oh, man.
Thank you.
Burn a hole in the bread?
I'm pretty sure she's joking about the whole bread.
I was gonna say, Lord, that's some pretty hot, sauce or peppers he had. Are you sure that was hot pepper, or are you sure that wasn't acid?
No, it was acid. Someone would be dead if it was acid.
Yeah, it probably would. No, she's saying it's not a joke.
Oh, so it actually burned right through the bread?
Wow.
I'm not saying it's a joke that your sister was exposed to like a pepper. I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm just saying that. Okay,
yep,
I just thought the whole
telling the truth.
I just thought the whole bread part of it was a joke. Okay, so never mind. My bad.
I didn't say it was a joke either. I pretty much believe it.
Painful. Yeah.
Man.
But thank you. I'm good. Just may not be able to talk for the next 2 days, and but we're good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she was only 4 and she was there.
Oh man.
Wow.
You're safe. Yeah. Yeah, you be safe too, Leanne.
Yeah, I'm hoping my ear gets better too. So again, my pepper. I can't believe I just said my pepper. Now I'm getting all caught up with the stamp stuff.
We're off topic.
My ear.
That's fine. That's 50. That's 50, Nick.
I'm -10, so
yeah. So yeah, hopefully my ear gets a lot more better because again, it's just really an annoying feeling. Pepper seeds themselves are hotter than the sauces
Oh
they make.
yeah.
Down
Yeah.
out that on myself. I believe it.
I'm so glad
yeah,
I didn't
sure.
do that.
So yeah. So that'll conclude tonight's podcast. Wish we had more time, but yeah, like we gotta schedule we have someone after us.
Greg's getting started, so we gotta get off here.
Yep. So to everyone on my YouTube channel, be sure to check out Thursday when I go back on the live stream and complete Batman Arkham Asylum. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to complete it that day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will. I'm pretty sure I'll have time for it. So yeah, I'll be on again at 7 p.m. Thursday. So be sure to tune in for that. And hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out Things Network, all their other programs, including the ones that Nick just mentioned. And we'll see you guys again soon.
Night Watchers for Nikki.
Oh yeah.
Night Watch Paranormal Perth or Night Watch Paranormal Australia. It's up to you.
Yes. So hope you guys enjoyed and have a good night, everybody. Take care.
See some of you guys tomorrow for Nick Files.